Eating one Brazil nut every day is all you have to do to make sure you're getting enough selenium, that mineral, within your diet. See, most people are deficient in selenium, and this one Brazil nut has enough selenium in it to make sure you're covered. So in this video, I want to go over 5 foods that you should be eating every single day to improve your health and to make sure you're not deficient in certain key vitamins, minerals, and nutrients. So we're gonna break down these 5 foods in great detail within this video. Unfortunately, most people don't get enough of the mineral selenium within their diet. People should eat anywhere between say 55 to say 60 or 70 micrograms every single day. If pregnant women should be on the higher end of that when it comes to selenium. But this one Brazil nut has anywhere between 70 to 90 micrograms of selenium in it. So I personally eat 2 Brazil nuts every single day just to make sure I'm getting enough selenium. And you don't want to overdo it. That's all you need is say 1 or 2. Brazil, also they're relatively expensive. I buy a whole big bunch for about $7, but it'll last me for the entire month. So start eating Brazil nuts every single day. Now, the second food on the list is an avocado. Avocados are so loaded with nutrition. First of all, the average avocado has about 900 milligrams of potassium. I talk about this all the time in my videos. Most people are deficient in potassium and magnesium as well as selenium. The adequate intake of potassium is upwards of 4,700 milligrams per day. Most people don't even come close. So if you started eating 1 avocado every single day, you're gonna get about 25, maybe even more, 25, 30% of the required potassium within your diet, plus super high in fiber. I like to see people eat about 25 to 30 grams of fiber every single day. That's another thing most people are crazy deficient in, not eating enough whole natural foods. A typical avocado has about 15, 17 grams of fiber in it. So an avocado is actually a low net carb food. Even though there might be 20, 25 grams of carbohydrates within an avocado. To figure out net carbs, you minus fiber. So there's only 5 to 6 net grams of fiber in an avocado. High in monounsaturated fats, high in vitamins, high in vitamin C. There's so many good things in an avocado. And it's actually a fruit, an avocado, but probably, in my opinion, by far the healthiest fruit you can eat. Now, the third food on my list is wild-caught sardines. I personally eat sardines just about every single day. Incredible source of protein, relatively inexpensive, high in omega-3s, those healthy fatty acids. The typical American diet has too many omega-6s. Is generally about a 15-to-1 ratio. The average American, 15 times more omega-6s, omega-3s. The omega-6s, you do need some of them. Some of them are essential fatty acids, but if you eat too much of them, it creates inflammation within the body. Whereas omega-3s, research has shown, lowers cholesterol, right? Lowers inflammation within the body. So you want to increase the amount of omega-3s within your diet, and sardines are just a great way to do it. Another reason why I like sardines so much is that you're getting like the bones within the sardines are high in calcium. You're getting the connective tissue, you're eating the skin. Incredible food. And this is one of my favorite brands. It's called, what is this? Henry's and Lisa's. I like this brand so much because it's a PBA-free can. They're wild caught. They taste great. I buy the ones that are canned in extra virgin olive oil because I want more healthy fats. I love olive oil. I eat a whole bunch of olive oil. It's a big part of my diet. Also, and actually too, similar to Brazilian nuts, there's also a reasonable amount of selenium in sardines. Those sardines are just loaded with vitamins, minerals, and nutrients. Start eating them all the time. Now, the fourth food on my list, I know you're gonna like this, is chocolate, but it has to be dark chocolate. A lot of people say 70% cacao or higher. I like to go 85% or higher. This particular bar is 88%, cacao or dark chocolate. Dark chocolate is high in magnesium, good for the brain. Actually high in fiber as well. Be a little careful though with it. I like to give myself one strip. It is high in calories. It is low in sugar. It's not like eating milk chocolate, nothing like eating milk chocolate. There's so many health benefits to eating dark chocolate. Start having like 2 or 3 squares every single day, but don't overdo it. Now, my fifth and final food that I think you should be eating every day is a vegetable green drink, but you have to be a little bit careful. So we're not talking about like fruit juice. We're not talking about smoothies. We're talking about pretty much a 100% green drink, meaning that this particular one is called Green Devotion. The brand is Evolutions. I drink this one all the time. I also drink like straight celery juice from the same manufacturer of this. Like for example, this is only 50 calories, but talking about potassium, it has 1100 milligrams of potassium. Just to give you an example, a banana is about 100 calories and it only has 400 milligrams of potassium. So this green drink, and this is basically like cucumbers, spinach, celery, it has a little bit of lemon juice, so a little bit of fruit juice, but next to nothing in here. So for only 50 calories, you're getting like 3 times the amount of potassium as a banana. See, plus a banana is, in my opinion, more of like a sugary type food. It's really going to spike insulin. Straight up vegetable juice like this is not going to give you a tremendous spike in insulin. It may give you a little bit, but not much. But I personally want all the vitamins, the minerals, and nutrients of drinking a vegetable drink every single day. And I pretty much have either one of these or celery juice every single day. Not only is it important to avoid certain foods to improve your health, but you really have to make sure you're eating a nutrient-dense diet. You have to pick foods like the 5 foods I mentioned here that are relatively low in calories compared to the amount of nutrition that's just packed within them. Just think, a few calories in a Brazilian nut, you're getting all your selenium, right? 2 or 3 sardines, you're getting your omega-3s, you're getting your healthy fats and good quality protein for the day. An avocado, you're getting tons of fiber, tons of potassium. A green vegetable drink, tons of vitamins, minerals, nutrients, vitamin K, tons of potassium, only 50 calories. And then a little bit of dark chocolate, which can be relatively high in calories, but loaded with magnesium and so many other healthy things. Plus, it's a little bit of a treat. Start eating these 5 foods every single day. Now, if you want to learn more about how to improve your health, check out this playlist of videos. I think you're going to find it really helpful.